Hey there, good morning. How are you going? It's Simon here, and welcome to another live stream. It's Sunday at 10 a.m. here in Australia. Um, hey, how you going? I had a question this week from my Patreon member John, and he has had a question around sevenths. So I thought, well, let's go from the beginning, right? Chord theory is really quite a straightforward thing to get there to get your head around. If you can count to 8, I've always said you can get the hang of music theory, and I'm sure most people can do that. So let's kick it off. So first up, we're going to talk about what notes are in a major chord. So for example, if I play a C major, you can hear I've got 5 different strings being played there, right? But in a C major, there's actually only 3 different notes. And how that works out, there's the first, the third, and the fifth from that scale, all right? So you've got a 1, a 3, and a 5 from that scale. Now, in C major, that's a pretty easy one to know the notes in. It's all the natural notes. So you've got a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All right, so you just pick the first, the third, and the fifth from those from that scale. So you've got a first, which is a C, a third, which is an E, a fifth, which is a G. First, C, and then an E, right? So you can hear there's only 3 different notes, right? But we've got the different registers. So like, for example, we've got 2 E's, 2 C's. Now, so when we have extra numbers thrown into the chords, all that means is that we're going to add those numbers into the chord. So I guess it's a bit like going to get a pizza. If you want a margarita, which is basically pizza, tomato, and cheese, it doesn't matter where you go. If you go to a posh Italian place, or if you go to sort of more big box sort of place, you know, they're only going to have those 3 ingredients, right? Now, if you went to go and get margarita and you came back when they had anchovies on it, you'd be a bit surprised, right? That's because you've changed the ingredients of, hi Rick, you've changed the ingredients of the pizza, right? So you didn't really ask to have anchovies on there. So it's exactly like the chords. So if I suddenly add a 7 in there, this is a dominant 7, by the way. We'll talk about that in a second. You can hear that, you know, if you were expecting to get a major chord and suddenly you have this, you'd be disappointed. All right. So that is how these sort of recipes for chords work. And a really easy thing to do is just to rote learn all of the recipes. Okay. So a major chord is 1, 3, and 5. So like we discussed, you've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C in the key of C major. So you need the first, which is C, the third, which is E, and the fifth, which is G to make the chord. Now, that applies across all the keys, right? So if you need a G major chord, the notes in G major are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. So you need the first, third, and fifth. So you need a G, a B, and a D. And that's how you get this. Right? I've got G, B, D, G, D, and G. All right? Okay, so you can see that's pretty logical way about it, right? It's a pretty straightforward thing. So coming to your question, John, what's the difference between all the sevenths? Now, it can be quite confusing, right? Because you've basically got a major 7, a minor 7, and you've got a dominant 7. You can have a major 7 with a minor 7 rather with a major 7, you know, C minor major 7. What on earth is that all about? Okay, so let's talk about that. So you're just basically adding a 7 to your 1, 3, 5. Okay, so you can add a 7 to your major chord. Now, first up, we've got a major 7. So let's play a C major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to add the 7th note in. So the spelling of that, our recipe, our pizza recipe, if you like, is 1, 3, 5, 7. All right, so C, E, G, B, there's our 7, and E. And that's how that works. All right? So that is a C with what's called a major 7. So that's the way to think about it. You've got C, it's like C major, major 7. Now, if we want to play a C7, which is basically a C dominant 7, the sort of thing you hear. You can hear that there. That's the C7. That note is a dominant 7, right? So how you get a dominant 7 out of any key, it's basically the major 7, but down a semitone to a flat 7 or dominant 7. So you need to have a 1, a 3, a 5, and a flat 7. So how that works here is you get the B is the 7 in the key of C, and you go down a semitone into B flat, right? And that's how that works, right? So you've got C, E, G, B flat, C, E. Okay. So far we've had major 7s, dominant 7s on top of a major chord. All right. Now, the other way of thinking about it is you can have a minor chord and then you add the 7, right? So we've got, so for example, if I have an A minor, now we go to the key of A, we've got A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So we need the 7th. So again, a dominant 7 is a flat 7. So the 7 in A there was G sharp. So you go down a semitone, it's a G. So here's our A minor, and then we're going to add a G. A minor 7. Okay, A minor 7. So it's basically A minor, dominant 7, right? Right. Now, of course, we could add a major 7 to our minor chord, and that's when it gets a bit A minor, major 7. And you might think that you might not hear this that much, but actually you'll find this chord all over the place. So for example, in My Funny Valentine, my funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me right? So it's kind of a jazzy number. You'll also find it in Something by the Beatles, where it goes how's it going? See what I mean? So, that bit, and then it goes to major 7. It's actually a good example of 7s. Dominant 7, D, B major, E major. Don't want to leave for now. It's F sharp minor. Then we're going to F sharp minor major 7. F sharp minor 7. So you can hear that. Okay. So it is a chord that exists, and the spelling of that is A minor. So you need a minor chord first. So the spelling of a minor chord is 1 minor 3rd 5th, so flat 3rd. So for example, in A, you have an A instead of a C sharp, which is the major 3rd. You go down to C, which is a minor 3rd, and then you hit E, and then you need the major 7, which is a G sharp. And that's how you get that chord. All right. So basically, there's 4 different things going on. You can have a major chord with either a major 7 or a dominant 7, right? Major 7 is the one that's in the key. Dominant 7 is a semitone lower than a major 7, right? So you have basically C major, major 7, C major, dominant 7, okay? Or you could have C minor, major 7, or C minor dominant 7. Okay, so that is the difference between all the sevenths. So I do hope that has helped you out, John. If you've got other further questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I actually do have a video here on YouTube about the sevenths. Let's just let me just see if I can find that. No, I don't know if I'm going to find that. Maybe I'll find it later, and I'll put it in the little post underneath, in the description underneath this video. You know, you can kind of run through the same sort of thing in that video there. So I do hope that's helped. It helped you, Rick. I'm glad to hear that, mate. That's great. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you in another month's time. So if you would like to get a question in to the Q&A here that I do every month, just you can join in at Patreon. Plans start from only $3 a month. For $3 a month, you get a chart for every single video that I publish here on YouTube. Hey, Jonathan, you're welcome. No problem. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Thanks so much. Really do help. I do really appreciate you guys watching. Yes, so $3 a month, and you get a chart for every single video that here appears on YouTube. And what's more, you can get access to me via these questions. And we also have a forum at Facebook, with a private forum for Patreon people. Further up the tiers, I've got tiers at $11 a month, where you get access to my massive chart library, over 3,000 charts, and exclusive lessons, 2 exclusive lessons every single month. Things like that. Do go and check it out. You can find that at patreon.com/Simon Morel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. All the best. Have a great day. See ya. Bye.